Hello everyone, and welcome to what would have been your Tuesday Thoughts Tarot, but it is Wednesday, so we're going to do a reading for Wednesday the 14th. I think it's the 14th, let me just check 1 second. Yes, it's the 14th. It's amazing, I checked that a couple of minutes ago, but because I have menopause brain, it completely left my mind after 1 second, so that's what it's like. Welcome. My name is Karen. This is a channel for spiritual work. Yes, it's tarot, but I do believe it to be a spiritual healing tool and a guidance tool. So that's how I use it. We have to say it's for entertainment, for your entertainment, but welcome to everyone who has come through to watch this. Thank you for arriving and landing on this platform and for giving me a little bit of time just to share some of the insights that come through. So just burning some Palo Santo just to clear the energy, clear above my head. I'm going to ground my energy into the earth and then open up all of my chakras to connect to the higher and bring through the wisdom. Okay, so it's nice to have, just make it a little bit sacred with a bit of Palo Santo. Put that down there. And I hope you're well. It's very summery. It is hot and summery, so it's lovely to see. It's lovely to have the blue skies. Something about this time of year where you get to enjoy that slower pace. You have to slow down because of the heat. You might not do as much activity maybe in the home, so you might be out more in the gardens or by the beach. But wherever you are, try and get some vitamin D, get some pure sunlight before they try and get rid of the sun. £50 million apparently is being funded so that they can dim the sunlight. So not for that at all. We need the sunlight. The sun gives us much more than just light and the radiation. It gives us vitamin D, but also it is part of our transformation. The light energy that comes through the sun is part of our transformation, so we must welcome the sunlight, not try and get rid of it. So hope you're all well. Welcome new watchers. Welcome back if you've seen me before. It's always lovely to be here and to be able to read for you. So what I generally do is do a little card reading, get a little message for you in the hopes that it just gives you some information which you can use for the day ahead. Oh, where will I put this? I'll put it down here. For the day ahead. So we've got some that have come out already. For the week ahead even. So we're midway through week, Wednesday. So it's Wellbeing Week. I hope you're looking after your well-being. I work as a healer as well as a tarot reader in a channel. And there is an offer on my healing offerings this week as well. So some cards have jumped out. Oh, bottom of the deck we have death. Doesn't always represent real actual physical death. It pretty much means the ending of something and the beginning of something new, and we have a little timer here, so it's saying that this is the time for it to end. It's interesting. We have a pope here, or a bishop you might say, so it's bringing in that religious element, perhaps an ending of an old phase with regards to religion, but a bringing in of a new phase as well. And because he's in this skeleton here, I always say it's like the bones of the new thing. You know, what are the bones of it, and you're bringing the bones forward. We have a sun here, so it's, you know, bringing things forward for this new dawn, for this newness. Let's say. So let's see what that means. So that's the underlying element, is something is ending, something is beginning. So let's see, we've got quite a few cards. First card we have is the Three of Swords. This came up for someone recently when I did a read for them. Three of Swords means pain in the heart, so it's heartache. And perhaps something has happened in your life which is still causing some pain in the heart for you. It can mean, because there's Three Swords, you might be being a little bit vindictive as well in what you say might cause another pain in their heart as well. So there needs to be this self-responsibility as well with what you're saying, because the swords are all about communication. They're all about expression. So what are you expressing? Is what you're expressing going to hurt someone, or is it going to heal someone? So this is very much a card of reminding ourselves of that, of how we can hurt people, but also reminding ourselves, if our heart has been hurt and is in pain, then this is the process of healing. Everything happens for a reason. So if this has come into your life, then this means that there is some heart healing that needs to happen for you in order to transform. Sometimes the bad things that happen, we don't like them and we wonder why they're happening to us. But often it's so we dig deeper, it's so we explore the spiritual side of things, it's so we can move much more into healing and much more diving deeper into our emotions, into who we are, which we wouldn't have done if there wasn't this difficult period. We have lots of birds on the bottom there, which I liken to the angels, so bring in angelic energy to help you with that. But with the butterflies going round this window frame all along here, this is about transforming. So it's about transformation, but transforming the pain into something better for you. The next card we have is the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is kind of winner takes all. So someone is standing here proud with everything that they've been. Oh, this is interesting. So we did say about someone being kind of manipulative or causing another pain in their heart because of what they're expressing, because of what they're saying, how they're communicating. So what words are they using to hurt another? You've got 3 swords here. And so this person is standing here holding the 3 swords, thinking they're wonderful, thinking they're smart, thinking that they have expressed this thing and exposed this person, or, you know, they're happy to stab somebody in the back. But it's winner takes all. There's almost a level of ego here. There's almost a level of pride. Be careful of pride before a fall. There's this level of I don't care about these people. I don't care how much I hurt these people. I don't care what I say. I don't care if what I say is true. I'm just going to express this, and I don't care who gets hurt. They just don't care. They're all about themselves. And these people see that. They understand that. And sometimes when someone is attacking you in some way, or being manipulative or condescending in some way, the best response to that is to walk away. The best response to that is to throw in your swords and go, rather than use the sword to fight, like the what do you call them? Can't remember the name. But rather than use it to fight another, this is saying, throw in your sword. You don't have to, lower yourself to this level. You don't have to become the same as this person, because if you get involved in the fight and you're just throwing condescending remarks backwards and forwards, you're no better than them. So the higher route, the higher way to respond is, yes, you might feel dejected, you might feel wounded, you might feel hurt, like we find out, but is just to walk away. Let somebody stand in that spotlight, because if they're coming from a negative place, karma has a way of working things out for you. You don't actually need to work it out sometimes. Karma does that for you. And that's spiritual law. That is the spiritual hierarchy, making sure balance is restored in some way. So don't get involved in the aggravated assault. Walk away, take your breath, and just let this person do what they gotta do, because they will fall on their own sword. We've got the Knight of Swords next. Lots of communication, lots of words, lots of expression. So Knight of Swords can be sort of your knight in shining armor coming in. We can also see this as a communication coming in at speed. We can see this as the definite speed here, with the trees flowing backwards with the speed of this horse. So something is galloping in for change. Some sort of truth is galloping in. Now this can be romantic, because he's dressed in pink, so it can be that knight in shining armor. Or it can just be the truth. Someone is coming in to make sure that you get to that your voice is heard, that you get to drive your viewpoint forward, that you get to express yourself in a positive motion, in a positive moving forward. There's a lot of birds here, so it is that air. So it could be through emails, it could be through telephone calls, it could be through text messages. So it's all that air, all that mental communication, so all that various ways that we can communicate, we can get our thoughts. And this is possibly saying as well, you threw in that sword and walked away, but what you're walking away with, you're actually getting on your horse and you're getting the hell out of there. You're moving and you're getting out of there quickly, because you can see the truth. You can see the direction that you want to go in. You can see that if I forget about that and I just follow this route, follow this, it's like a blade. A blade is a true blade. It's got no rivets in it. It's true. It's smooth. So it's like you're following your path. So it's leave this mishap behind, leave this sticky situation behind, get on your horse and go straight for what brings you joy, what brings you love. You still have access to all of your higher capabilities. You still have access to ideas and inspiration and ability to manifest. So charge forward with that. You don't need, the aggravation. You just need to move quickly in another direction. And then we have the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups points to nostalgia. It points to home, and it can be sort of where you grew up. It can be a sort of soulmate love, where you met someone when you were school sweethearts or something like that. So it brings forward this loving energy, but it's also kind of old school. It's also back in your hometown. So it could be moving, taking your ideas, taking your inspiration, and moving home, moving to where you used to live. There is love here because it's cups and he's offering her flowers, but there's a level of rose-tinted glasses as well. So you see the truth of how things were, see the truth of what life was like. Everything wasn't always roses, but you can kind of sometimes look back on things and think, oh, that was actually really easy and really perfect back then. Was it though? Was it really easy? Was it really perfect? So it's seeing the truth of it. There's also a little well here. So perhaps again it's about making that wish, that wishing well, throwing the coin in and sending it off with blessings. And it's funny, we do manifestation now, but back in the day we would use a wishing well, and we would have a wish and we would throw the coin in and then we'd leave it and forget about it forever. And that's what we should be doing with manifesting. We work on our energy in the moment, in a period of time, and we concentrate on it, and we do half an hour of work or 50 minutes of work on the manifesting. But then we're meant to leave it. We're meant to leave it and get on with our lives. But sometimes we become so obsessed with things not happening, not arriving, that's what we're channeling then. That's the energy that we're vibrating at then. So we're not able to manifest what we really, really want, because we're now focused on the lack, and then that's the energy we're putting out. So there is something to be said about a wishing well, where you can throw in the coins and forget about it, and you walk away and you leave it to the higher to bring you what you need. But there's lots of love here. There's lots of love and an innocence, perhaps going back to an innocent time, perhaps going back to the sense of who you were when you were younger, and how simple things were. It's just this simple little scene, everything back in the day seemed simple, but just be mindful of, don't be looking at it with rose-tinted glasses. And then we have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is a Cancerian, usually, or a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. And he's very much of the water, very much of the emotions. He's the crab, so kind of a tough outer shell, but he's soft inside. And he's not really great at expressing his emotions. He feels his emotions incredibly deeply. But particularly for a man, it's difficult for men to feel that depth of emotion. But he is a comforting energy. He is a kind energy. He is a loving energy and a supportive energy. Very much family orientated, very much wanting to partner. But here he is on his own. He's just sitting on his throne on his own. He's learnt a lot from life on earth. And he has this cup he's offering. So somebody, that knight in shining armour, might be a water sign, might be someone coming in maybe at Cancerian time, which is June, July, who maybe is connected to where you grew up, connected to the past. So let's look at these together. So we've got that heartache, so healing the heart from some attack you've had to walk away from. Things were said or things were done and you were unable to get your point across to the degree that you wanted to, so you had to walk away. You had to take your energy in a different direction. And then once you did that, you started to move quickly. But where did you move to? Back to that old school, back to that truth of who you are, back to that love energy, back to that soulmate energy, back to that nostalgia. How did you feel when you grew up? That safety in companionship, safety. And then you have the beautiful Cancerian energy, which is so loving, so giving, so caring, but yet he finds it difficult to connect. So he is out in this island on his own because he's having trouble connecting, because he does put up this wall, he does put up this shell, because he does not know how to manage his emotions, but also he's afraid others aren't ready for him to be emotional, and he might have shut down his emotions for quite a long time. Yeah, interesting. So let's just take one more card. We'll just ask for one more card for clarity on the tarot, and then we'll go to some other decks just for backup on what we're saying. So there's quite a lot here. If it resonates, just give me a thumbs up. Do let me know. Leave a comment. It's always very interesting when I get a comment as to realizing that, yeah, this is connected to somebody. This is me. This is someone I know. Okay. So we have Wheel of Fortune. So Wheel of Fortune is a great card because it's like that win. It's like spinning the wheel and you land on something. Usually because it's fortune, it's to do with money as well. So there might be some finances coming forward which will help you with regards to this. But Wheel of Fortune is always about taking a risk, taking a gamble. So there might be some risk that you have to take, leaving behind what was the old energy, moving perhaps back to your home place, perhaps back to where you grew up, for this new love. And it's about taking that risk, taking that gamble. So with the Wheel of Fortune, we don't know how it's going to turn out. We haven't got the result. The papers are clear. There's nothing written. It is a bit of a risk, so we can't see how it's going to end up. But we're willing, this is encouraging us to take that risk, to take that step. And it shows us as well the lady in the center, so she's dressed in purple, so it's that spiritual alignment in your center. She's got the band over her eyes, so it's about introspection. Do your spiritual work. Look for the guidance that can help you make this decision. And as with everything is cyclical. Everything moves in cycles. So we've got someone sitting at the top, very pretty, everything's going well, but then they go down and then they're at the bottom. So wherever you feel you are on this wheel, the wheel will keep moving. So perhaps from this read, you're feeling a bit like you're here. And this is saying that's fine because the wheel turns. And yeah, there's a challenge that you have to rise to. There's a challenge you have to overcome. But the wheel will keep turning and you'll find yourself in a good position again. So be mindful of that things come and things go. Things go well, things don't go so well. That's the circle of life. That's the wheel of fortune. But as well, this can be like a lottery win. This can be money that you find. This is certainly something financial as well behind it, which may actually help you make this decision, take this gamble. And it might be that gamble. It might be doing a lottery ticket, gambling on the lottery, which then changes everything for you. But it's a good positive card at the end. So we're going to go for Archangel Michael next. Bear with me one sec. So, sorry, Spirit makes my nose run. So yeah, let me know what you're up to. What's happening in your life. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael to give us a couple of cards to... oh, thank you. Very good. Okay. So, yes, let me know what's happening in your life, what's going on, anything interesting. Do let me know. Sorry, my tissue. First card from Michael. I'll just get on with it. Self-respect. So that's what this card is telling us as well. You have to have a level of self-respect to walk away from this aggressor. So this aggressor is happy to stand there, full of ego. I won, look at me, they lost the fight. Someone who's prepared to argue to the bitter end. And this is actually saying, where's your self-respect? And for those who've decided to turn their back and walk away and just, I'm not going to engage, I don't engage in this behavior, that is showing self-respect. That is showing a connection to your inner being. That is showing connection to the angelic realm. And so it says here, Dear God and the angels, thank you for helping me see myself as you see me through the eyes of love. Thank you for honoring and respecting me. Please guide me to do the same for myself and grant me the courage to speak up for my own on my own behalf. I ask for your protection in all of my relationships so that I'm surrounded by loving and kind people. And that's it as well. It's drawing to you the right kind of people. It's stepping away, moving away, getting on the horse and getting the hell out of there and moving towards the kind people, good people, people who are centered, people who have been working on themselves, people who are connected to the higher, people who have a spiritual nature. This is what is important for you. And we've got the Om there as well. So that meditation, that introspection, but asking God to help you choose the right people to be around, because that shows a level of self-respect. If you're choosing to be around nasty people, if you're choosing to be around bitter people, if you're choosing to be around aggressive people, the aggressors, the accusers, the complainers, that's heavy energy. And Archangel Michael wants you to move away from that because it's not actually helping you. And those types of people feed off empaths. They feed off that energy because the empath is very kind. Oh my God, my nose is going again. Make my nose itch. The emperor. The empath. Interesting. The empath is kind and giving and will even give second chances, third chances to the person that hurt them. But this is saying actually a level of self-respect and self-care, I would say, is to step away from aggression, step away from people who are also pulling the wool over your eyes with their commentary, with their words. You can see through it. A lot of it is BS. So someone might say, oh, it's wonderful to see you and I'm so happy that we're doing this and da-da-da-da-da. But is there truth in that? Or is it just... can't get my words today. It's almost like, is it a falsehood? Is it somebody saying something to get you on side? Because once they have you on side, then they can take advantage of you. Then they can take your energy. It's manipulation, really. And people do it all the time, and they do it in very subtle ways. So they can say something that is complimentary to you. And then in the same instance, there is this unwritten agreement that therefore you should support them in the next thing that they say. I have experience of this myself. And it is very difficult territory to maneuver through, because for moments you think, oh, this person has changed, and oh, they've really found the truth of themselves, and then they let you down and you realize it's a facade, it's a mask, that's not the truth of them. And that's painful, but it's also a learning, because you have to learn how to connect to your inner compass so you can pick it up. So you don't take offense when it happens. You can just take your energy elsewhere. You can quickly remove your energy. So knowing about your energy body, about your auric field, about cutting cords, about setting up boundaries, even in your, people say, oh yeah, that's my boundary. But actually, what's your energetic boundary? What boundary do you have on your energy, on your auric field? How are you supporting that? Because people siphon off your energy and you don't even know it. So there's different levels of understanding yourself, respecting yourself, and that's your priority. Your first priority is to you. And it's saying to Archangel Michael and God, thank you for honouring and respecting me. Please guide me to do the same for myself, and grant me the courage to speak up on my own behalf. I ask for your protection in all of my relationships. So again, sometimes self-respect is standing your ground, is saying your piece, and asking for that help from Archangel Michael to help you through that and to protect you through that. Because if you disagree with someone, they have said something and they have complimented you, that say there's this dance, and then they say something you disagree with, then if you say that you disagree with them, there's a level of punishment and a level of disconnect and a level of, well, I won't give you a compliment again. So you feel that energetically as well. But this is saying, actually, allow me to respect myself by calling someone out, by saying that you disagree, by being okay with being different and disagreeing, and then asking for the protection and the courage to be able to do that. That's beautiful. The next card from Archangel Michael is detach from this situation. So this is telling you that there is a detachment that is needed. There is cord cutting that is needed. He's coming in with that huge sword, that blade of white light, to cut the cord. It's almost like a lightsaber, isn't it? A lightsaber. Saber. Well, I have a sword, and it's a saber, so it must be saber. Of course it's saber. So detach from the situation, cut the cords, communicate clearly, but it's saying remove yourself, disconnect. If you are in disagreement with someone in some way, the more you go over it in your head, the more you ruminate over it, the more you're keeping that energy alive. So you have to detach, you have to let it go. It's like the manifestation, the coin in the wishing well. You've got to put the coin in and just walk away and let it go. Don't chase after this energy. It says, Archangel Michael, I ask you to use your flaming sword. Sorry, I'm having a hot flush right now. Can you tell? Archangel Michael, I ask you to use your flaming sword to cut any attachment to fear or drama, so that I may be centering in the knowingness that peace is everywhere within me in this situation. I ask you to use your flaming sword to cut any attachment to fear or drama, so that I may be centered in the knowingness that peace is everywhere within me in this situation. So that is it as well. It's cutting the attachment to the fear you have over this confrontation, cutting the attachment that you have to maybe this drama, because it's running through your head and you can't seem to let it go, and there it is again and again and again. So it's asking for Archangel Michael's help in detaching, in throwing this coin into the well and leaving it there and walking away. You don't think about it again. Detach from it, let it go, let it resolve itself. Draw to you that peace, because that is what's within you. And if you're embroiled in this drama and this frustration and going through it again and again and talking to people about it again and again and bringing it up again and again. Something on the screen. What you're doing is you're actually hurting yourself. You're hurting and rewiring yourself, but not for good. So you must bring it back and rewire yourself for peace. Rewire yourself for peace within you and within the situation. So ask for Archangel Michael's help in helping you detach from the situation. And just so you know, at the bottom of the deck we have, and I love this card, God is in charge. Look at that beautiful white light. And it says, Dear God, please help me let go of this situation, giving it in faith and trust to your divine wisdom and infinite love, in order to resolve and heal everything and everyone involved. So we're not out to get someone. We're not out to tear strips of someone. We're not out to punish someone. If you're at the hands of this attack or aggressor, it's not like you're wanting to fight back and wanting to make them feel pain. It's not that at all. It's about just having peace in the situation, making the situation balanced, making it work out, resolving and healing everything and everyone involved. So there's never a nastiness to the other aggressor or to the person who is causing the conflict or is part of the conflict. It is not about pulling them personally down. It is not even about the situation is wrong. It is about this is the situation that has appeared. So let's heal this situation. Yes, I want to speak my truth and say how it seems to be for me. That's my self-respect. But I'm doing it in a loving way, and I'm doing it in a way that I can detach from the situation. This situation isn't me. It is occurring around me, but it isn't me. It isn't my spirit, my soul. I am embroiled in this perhaps, but this is saying to use God to help you let go of the situation. So we have this boundary. I express myself with love and peace, and I have the courage to do that, but I place a boundary around myself to protect myself. And I detach from the situation because my value is not based on that situation or that opinion or that viewpoint. That is not my value. And God is coming in to say, giving me faith and trust to trust my divine wisdom and love to resolve and heal everything and everyone involved. So that's taking it higher, much higher. So let's go to a goddess card and see if they can give us any insights into an energy that we can use to help us manage this situation. Whatever it is to you. As I say, if it resonates, let me know. Do share it with a friend if you think they're going through this situation and it sounds on point to them. I think I just saw what that was. Matt, fairness. And look at her holding the scales here. Scales of balance and fairness with the peace dove there as well. So bringing that element of higher love, higher energy, higher peace into the situation. Beautiful card. We've got quite a few doves actually. And the feather, the white feather, the angelic feather. And it says this situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. Interesting. So whatever you do, however you do express yourself, and then leave it. I mean, what it might be is that you just need to say, this doesn't feel right because your energy, your words, whatever, it's incorrect and hurtful because we have the Three of Swords at the beginning. And I just want you to acknowledge that. I just wanted to share how I'm feeling about this situation. And I'm not expecting anything back, but it was important for me to express that. and then detach from the situation and know that it will be handled in a fair and just manner. So whatever happens next, hopefully, will help. So it says, let me suggest another definition for fairness. It's when all parties involved surrender their personal agendas in favour of the greater good for the entirety of the group. This requires trust in the wisdom of the whole. When it comes to matters of disputes, the attacks are based on fears that you may not receive your share. Yet, attacks amplify the hurt and the pain that caused the dispute in the first place. Why not surrender your attachment to a specific outcome and instead direct your holy will toward the resolution of the argument? Hold firm vision of a peaceful outcome and let the pieces fall into place in a harmonious manner. Well, that couldn't be more perfect. That is exactly the energy that's coming through here. When all parties involved surrender their personal agendas in favour of the greater good for the entirety of the group. When it comes to matters of disputes, attacks are based on fears that you may not receive your share. But that amplifies hurt and pain that caused the dispute in the first place. So surrender your attachment to a specific outcome and direct your will to the resolution of that argument. Hold firm in the vision of a peaceful outcome. So manifest that peaceful outcome by saying what you want to say, but say it peacefully, say it gracefully, say it in a way that it's not attacking. There is a dispute here in some regard, but you don't actually need to get drawn into it. You need to just say what needs to be said and know that if you approach things in the right way, if you visualize it all peacefully resolving, if you understand whichever way it goes, God is in charge. And it will be handled in a fair and just manner, then you can trust that you can detach, that you can let it go, that you don't need to attach to it and hold on to it, because that doesn't give it room to breathe. Very interesting. So I think we'll go to a colour which might just help. And this can be something where, you feel you want to wear this colour if you have to go and speak to someone, or, you feel you want to be supported if there's something going on with you, and, you're feeling a bit heavy because of it, because obviously when things happen, it affects us, it affects our emotions, and we might calm down in a few days' time, but maybe right now you're not feeling so calm. Maybe right now you're a bit aggravated. Maybe right now you're a bit bitter. Maybe right now you're a bit accusory. Maybe right now you're pointing fingers rather than just accepting the situation and moving forward in this different way, because this is the wheel of fortune. So whatever happens, you're moving this wheel. You're moving it to a better outcome. There are different positions on the wheel, so there's a different phase that this situation goes through, and it's that circle again. So we're moving through different phases of this drama, this situation. But we can see that bringing in this higher energy and realizing our approach to it will change everything. That is beautiful, and these cards are just saying that completely. So thank you to the tarot, thank you to the cards. Can we have a colour that would be good to wear this week to help us manage our emotions, our thoughts, or actions? But also it has a resonance with people around us, so we are treated in a different way. So what colour would you like us to wear? That's too many. I just need one colour, please. One colour. Let's see if we do it this way. Sometimes if I'm looking at it too much, it doesn't jump out. I just need one to jump, please. Can I have one jumper? Oops, it's too many. One colour for this week, please. Angels, guides, spirits. One colour from my spiritual healing team. One colour from my team. Thank you. Oh, they're good. Oh, interesting. Ruby, which is base chakra. So ruby red. Red is the colour of the base chakra, which is all about your relationships, which is all about your wealth, which is all about your physical life, family, relationships, money, work, physical world. It says rejuvenate your body, and it's number 8. So if you've got anything red this week, it would, and if you've got a ruby, wonderful, that energy of the crystal ruby. But if you've got anything red, it rejuvenates your body. It also, I think it does something to the stem cells as well in your blood. Let's just read what ruby says. And it's the figure of 8. So 8 is that manifesting. You get that on the Magician, the figure of 8. So it's about manifesting the right outcome in the physical. So it says to us, ruby is a colour of dynamism, rejuvenation and strength, increasing your stamina and filling you up with energy and enthusiasm for life. It is a colour for prosperity, courage, achievement and motivation. Ruby also encourages shy people to come out of their shell by building confidence. Use ruby light to feel truly alive and dynamic. That's interesting as well, because everyone's using these red lights to rejuvenate their body physically, their skin, but also internally. Ruby red light has got amazing healing properties, abilities, and for your eyesight, for your skin, for your muscles. It's really become very, very popular now to sit in red light. Shake your right hand for 30 seconds, then rest it for 15 seconds. Shake your left hand for 30 seconds, then rest it for 15 seconds. Then shake your whole body for 30 seconds and rest for 15 seconds. Repeat these 3 steps 3 times. Now rub the palms of your hands together for 40 seconds. You might need to play all this back just so you get or write it down. This exercise helps to warm, awaken and rejuvenate your body. Visualize ruby light moving through your body, cleansing your blood and stimulating your energy. Become aware of what it is like to feel truly alive. You might even decide to wear a ruby pendant or hold a ruby crystal to strengthen your body and motivate you for success. You can say, Divine Healing Intelligence, please release all pain, stress, and tiredness, and infuse my body with healing, rejuvenating, revitalizing energy. So this is going to give you courage. It's going to give you energy for achievement. It's going to motivate you to make these changes, to do what you need to do. But also we can be sitting around all day in our lives. We can be on the computer. We can be doing different things, and our body is numb. We're disconnected from our actual body and the movement of the blood through the vessels, the movement of the breath in and out of the lungs. We can be very disconnected from our physical. So the base chakra is all about your physical body. So we can be quite disconnected from it. So use red, and red is something that, makes your heart rate rise. If someone sees red, their blood pressure goes up, their heart rate rises. It brings this life force. Even just looking at that, it should have had an effect on you without you actually knowing it. It has this effect. That's why the red dress is so powerful. Do I have a red dress? Yes, I do. Interesting. I might need to wear that to just hold that energy within me, and for others to see that I'm in that energy, and it's grounding and it's working on the base chakra. Very good. I must get out my red dress. So I'm just going to do a couple of Priestess of Light now to finish, and just see if we can pull all this together and see what either the outcome or the reasoning or the backup cards would be for this read. So we're just asking for two cards. We've got one more, please. My team are great at picking the exact amount. Thank you so much. So, gosh, the first one is called Sacred Action. So this is it. It's about right action. It's not about just, if somebody says something to you, not just reacting and spitting stuff back at them. It's about right action. It's about taking a moment. It's about carving your response, taking time to do that. Who says you have to rush into a response? Who says that's necessary? What you think as someone rushes into a response straight away, that, oh, how wonderful they are, how capable they are of bringing their thoughts together in a moment. Well, some of us aren't. Some of us need more time. So it says decisive focus. There's a big moon behind her as well. So it says, it's time to bring the active energy of the cheetah into your life. This swift cat represents decisive action and intense focus. Take an honest look at the projects or situations that have for some reason been put on hold. You've perhaps been waiting for a better time, unsure of what you want to focus on, or even what action to take. You can probably hear something reversing outside. It's usually one of those shop delivery vans. This card is telling you to let go of the hesitation. Your soul longs for you to move forward on your path. Whether your goal is personal, professional, spiritual, you have the power to manifest whatever you desire. Now is the time to resolve, to pick a direction that calls your heart, and act. Let go of your self-doubt and fear, and let go of your self-doubt and fear of making the wrong decision. The strength of your spirit will guide you every step of the way. Your spirit may also take you on a more global direction of sacred activism. The light of shared consciousness between animal and human can help you take decisive action to make the earth and all her life forms a top priority. And as your loving intention expands to encompass others, it accelerates the beneficial momentum and activates blessings worldwide. In this way, you have power to heal the earth and yourself in your actions and choices every day. Your affirmation is, I focus on the options before me. I choose to take decisive action in the direction of my dreams. And that's probably part of it too. You're working through this thing, but essentially you're taking up the reins and you're moving in a different direction. We had at the start, we had endings. We had the death cards, so something has ended, so something new is beginning. But there seems to be this thing which we need to resolve so we can move forward into this new beginning, so we can move forward into this Wheel of Fortune where we don't know the outcome, but we're willing to take action on it and move forward. And that means expressing what we needed to express, but then what we're going to do is we're going to move. So that sacred action, decisive focus moves into becoming something new, wings of light. And the speed, this is very much the Knight of Swords card as well, isn't it? So moving quickly off in a direction, taking your ideas with you. So let's see what that says to finish. Number 42. Hope you enjoyed the read. Give us a thumbs up if you do. If you're interested in healing, mediumship, channeling, tarot, Reiki, art, any of those things, you can always let me know. Get in touch with me. Details are below. Thank you. So it says becoming something new, and this is for you. The priestess in this card moves to the right, which is the future, with great speed and purpose. Wings of light and vibrating waves of rainbow energy propel her forward. Get ready, for this card heralds magnificent and colourful changes coming your way. A powerful time of personal transition, perhaps even a total transfiguration, is upon you. Your spirit is working from within to bring radical shifts in your attitude and energy. Old feelings of being stuck will drop away with every step forward you take. This shift can be so significant that it could redefine you and reveal the essential nature of your soul. Even your appearance may change. On a practical level, something you're working on might be just about to take off. Or this may mark an accelerated external move, a sudden change of personal residence, or even an unexpected work relocation. And we did have that, possibly moving back to where you were born and raised, this nostalgia, this old, not old life, but moving back to where you came from, sort of thing. When this card appears in your spread, make sure you take note of which others are laid on each side. These cards could indicate some specific details about the types of changes on the horizon. Be open to these and other new adventures. The affirmation is, I open up to the light and inner power of my true eternal self. I am willing to change, to make new choices and move in new directions. And that does bring up fear for people. That does, we want change and we want things to get better and we want crazy new adventures. But there's also incredible fear because with the Wheel of Fortune, we are going to take this risk, but we don't know the outcome. We don't know we don't know if it's going to work. It's not written. The pages are blank. So we can't see, but we know we need to take this decisive action. We know we need to move. It did say what's on the other sides of the card. So I had sacred action. So again, it's action, it's movement, becoming something new. And I'll just go to the bottom of the deck. Courage, strength, fierceness, and family. So that's your connection there. Have the courage to manage this drama, whatever it is, because it's not about necessarily getting involved in the drama either. So this could just be an example that life is giving you to give you the opportunity to stand up for yourself, not needing anything to be done, but it's just the experience of standing up for yourself that you're having. And through that, you'll be able, through that courage, through that strength development, you'll be able to make these decisions. They're coming. They're on the horizon. They're coming. They might not be right here, right now, but they're certainly on their way and they're coming. And Spirit is saying, move into it. Move into this new... it's like a catalyst for this next phase I'm getting. And I feel like it's the caterpillar turning into the butterfly. This complete transfiguration, complete moving into, like the caterpillar moves into who it's meant to be. It's not meant to be a caterpillar its whole life. It's meant to grow wings and fly and be beautiful. So this is saying you're in the cocoon now. You're cocooned and you're going to come out of it. This is your step, your courage to come out of that cocoon. It said if there was a shy person, this is time to reveal more of yourself and develop that self-esteem as well, that self-respect. Getting to know and trust your own signals, messages, so you can feel confident. You can make these changes. But it feels happy, it feels good, it feels positive, it feels energetic. Like I feel like it's simply like the caterpillar to the butterfly. It's a transfiguration, but it's purely, it's like you're following this energetic impulse. You're moving with spirit energy. It's spirit, it's loaded with spirit energy. Spirit energy is full. And you feel that's buoying you up, that's pushing you forward, that's the rainbow energy behind you. That's spirit pushing you forward. So use the drama, use the issue to develop that sense of self, self-respect, that ability to stand up for yourself, to express yourself. Throw the coin in the wishing well and leave it. Detach. Because God is in charge and you will be protected. Ask for peace, ask for protection, ask for courage. Visualize everything resolving, but also visualize what you want to happen. Manifest by moving forward with the energy of spirit behind you. Beautiful, very interesting read. I hope it resonates and I hope it helps somebody out there. Give us a like and do share it with your friends as well, or share it on your platforms. It's fine to do that too. But it's lovely to be here with you again. I didn't want to miss this week, even though I missed yesterday. I had a very busy day yesterday, but I didn't want to miss out on this week. And on my second hot flash, I'm going to leave you. Take care. Bye. Thank you.